Hey guys, we try to avoid these sitting in a quiet room talking to the camera type videos because we think they're extremely boring. But we need to take care of a couple of things, and that involves showing you some stuff. So this was really the only way to do it. Couldn't really do this and drive a car, as you'll see shortly. So just a couple of things to take care of here, a little list. First one is, we know some of you guys have a little bit more time at home at the moment than you usually do. You're looking for things to do. Not all of you would have seen all our videos. We have almost 4,000. We don't know how to find out how many we have anymore. In the old YouTube, it said at the top of our videos how many we had. We don't know where to find out how many we have now, but we know at one stage it was 3,800, and we upload a new one every day, so it's got to be close to 4,000, or maybe even over 4,000 now. So not many people have seen all of them. We know a couple of people have. Not many people have seen all of them. So the point is, if you have some spare time and you're looking for something to do, we recommend having a look at the playlists, because you can go to our channel page, go down and have a look through the playlists for the things that you like. Some people like the interviews, some people like the martial arts, some people like the cars and motorbikes and wheels. So have a look at the different playlists there, because if you haven't seen all the videos, we've got enough to keep you busy for the next couple of months. Until the world gets back to normal. You could watch videos all day, every day, pretty much, until the world gets back to normal if you want to. So check it out, our channel page, our playlists. See if there's anything there that takes your fancy. Also, we're always up for requests too. We don't always do the videos that people ask for different reasons, particularly if they've already been done a million times by other people or by us. But always up for requests. Usually, most of the time, 99% of the time, if someone requests a video, we just send it to them because we've already made it. That's more often the case. Also with that too, use the search function. If you go to the channel page and click on the little magnifying glass and use the search function, put in there whatever it is that you're interested in, vending machines or whatever it is that you're interested in, put it in there and search it, and it'll bring up all our videos on that topic. That's a really good tool. That's a really, really good tool. Matter of fact, most of the requests we get for videos, if people use the search function, they wouldn't ask us because they've already seen it. So most of the cases, it's pretty rare we get asked to do a video we haven't already done. So you get that when you've made 4,000. So there's that. Check out our videos, our playlists, our channel page, our search box on our channel page, okay? The next one is a little bit of a touchy or sort of an embarrassing or a difficult subject. We've, the last few weeks, our real work has dropped off by about 30%. So those of you either that already have that have small families of your own, or young families of your own, or those of you who live close to the margins like we do, always too much month left at the end of the money, we find. Too much month left at the end of the money, so we're always a bit marginal in our paying our bills and things, as far as having enough money to pay the bills. And now our real job's dropped off by 30%, so it's pretty freaky. And then more to the point, more relevant to what's going on with our channel, our patronage has dropped down too, because obviously some other people are going through similar experiences. So the support that we get from Patreon, through Patreon from our patrons, has dropped off as well. And there's been a sort of a nasty snowball thing happened there. The patronage dropped below our goal, and while we were reaching our first goal, we got two goals. We got a lower goal and a higher one. While we reach our lower goal, we turn the ads off on all new videos. And then if we can actually get to our higher goal, we're going to turn the ads off on all our videos. But unfortunately, we were actually above our minimum goal, and we actually were turning the ads off on all our new videos for a while. And then the patronage dropped off, and we started to put the ads back on our videos again. And then we noticed recently, when people stop supporting us, they have an exit survey. And one guy stopped supporting us because he didn't like the ads. So we lost support. That caused us to put the ads back on, and then we lost more support because we put the ads back on. So the bottom line of all that is, look, too, there's a couple of people who've stepped up. A couple of our current patrons who've been supporting us for a long time have actually stepped up their support, and we really, really appreciate that. A few new people have come on board. We really appreciate them too. and all the people, the little guys who've been supporting us with little amounts for years. We appreciate all you guys. Just to make it clear again, if it wasn't for you guys and your support through Patreon, there's 186 patrons on Patreon. Those 186 people are the 100% reason why we continue to make videos. Because we love making them, but we just could not afford to do it. The amount of time that goes into it when you've got a family support, we couldn't justify the time. So it's only those 186 people who allow us to continue making videos. So we really, really appreciate that. And we sort of need that to call on anybody who's not supporting us already on Patreon, who thinks you might be able to support in some way. Please have a look at our Patreon page and give it some thought, because in order to continue doing what we're doing in the way that we're doing it, putting the time in that we put into it, you know, we really need to sort of try and keep that support up. So if you're not supporting us on Patreon already, and you can, please consider that. Please have a look at the Patreon page and consider supporting us on there. We'd really appreciate it, and it'll help us to keep doing what we're doing, because we love doing this. We really don't want to stop. It's much, much more fun than our day job. And it's sort of a habit. It really is a habit. Anytime we leave the house, you know, Sundays are sort of a family day, and every time we leave the house, someone always says, look, video, because there's always something. There's always something, you know, and usually in a day, if we go somewhere, there'll be lots of stuff usually. So we always take cameras and spare batteries and spare memory cards, because there's always stuff. Oh, look at this, look at that, look at that, look at that, every time we leave the house. So we love doing it. We love doing it. And particularly when you see something that we know people are going to be interested in. Oh, people are going to be interested in this. You know, so it's sort of a habit. So we do love doing it, you know, but it's just the time. It is just the time, because it is really time consuming. And you know, if it wasn't for the Patreon support, we'd have to be at work for that extra time that we spend on YouTube. We wouldn't be able to do it, you know. So there's all that. So having said that, there's actually some stuff to give away, because someone on Patreon has really stepped up lately, and we want to thank that guy. And the way we're going to thank him is we're going to send him some stuff. So we've got these bowls. Some of you might remember from a long time ago when we first cleaned up the old farmhouse. We found a box of these. We don't know anything about ceramics, but it's pretty clear. You can sort of see through it, and then it has a design of it of bamboo is the design. So it's real sort of old style and really fine. You know, it's really thin. You can actually see through it when you hold up to the light. So we've been led to believe that means it's possibly decent quality. It does actually have a stamp on the bottom too. So quite a nice bowl. So probably for rice or soup or whatever you wanted to use it for. We've got 4 of them. So actually we've got more than 4. Some of you might remember we actually have a box of them, but we're sending 4 of them with this little box of stuff we're sending out. So 4 of those bowls. One of these spinny things. Those of you who haven't seen it, this is actually an old style toy. It's a stick with a little propeller on it. You spin it around and it goes up in the air. Then a fan. So none of these little things here aren't terribly expensive things, but they're sort of, we like them. So a little what do you call that? Little opening fan with a sort of a cool sort of stars type design on it. Some fake food. It's a little sushi with fish eggs. So noddy with rice and fish eggs. There's a magnet in it. You can stick it on the fridge. Go away salesman sign for the door. Hard plastic, so you can put it outside if you want to, or on your fridge or anywhere you want to. A fake 10,000 yen note, just for the heck of it. And our little favourite old style blow up paper balloons. Packet of those, and then a copy of our book. Now again, if you've got spare time and a little bit more time than you usually have, you want a decent read. If you're into reading and you're into Japan, it's really simple, because it was written by really simple people. So it's pretty simply written, but it is sort of useful. The people who've read it tend to say that it's quite a useful thing. Interestingly, the people who read it, who've already been to Japan before they read it, often the comment is, I wish I'd read that before I went to Japan, because it sort of they've already been to Japan, then they read this, how to do stuff in Japan, and they come back and go, oh, is that how I should have done that? Oh, that's embarrassing. So yeah, if you've got some spare time, have a look at this. We're going to send a signed copy of this to Brian Brian Appelt. I hope I've got your name right, Brian Appelt. Brian Appelt. We're going to send all that stuff to Brian, signed copy of this one. So yeah, if you haven't checked it out yet, there's the hard paper copy book, and there's also an ebook, which is much cheaper and also better for the environment if you want the ebook. But if you want something you can put in your shelf, you can get this as well. So how to do stuff in Japan, just all the stuff that we wish we knew 20 years ago, 30 years ago, is in here. So there's some useful stuff in here. A lot of the stuff that's actually in our how to do stuff in Japan videos, but also some other stuff as well that went down, that was easier to put in the book than would be to put in the video, interestingly. So there's that. So that's it, guys. That's it. Check out the videos, check out the playlist, check out the search box. If you're not supporting us on Patreon already, and you think we're worth it, you want us to see us continue doing what we're doing, please support us on Patreon. Just on the side note too, if you're not following us on Facebook yet, just came to mind then, some people are really into the photos. We just post random photos, things we see. Oh, that's good. Boof, boof, boof. Flowers, you know, 365 days a year there's flowers in Japan. Middle of winter you'll have snow everywhere and there'll still be flowers popping up. So there's flowers all year round, but old buildings and just anything that we see that we think looks cool, boof, sunsets or anything, you know, anything at all in Japan we think looks interesting, we'll take a photo and put it on Facebook. And they seem popular as well. So yeah, if you're not following us on Facebook, check us out. But yeah, if you want us to continue making videos and posting photos and just doing what we do, then please consider supporting us on Patreon. And Brian, we haven't got your address yet, Brian. Please give us your address so we can send you this stuff. Anyway, there it was. More videos coming soon.